Well, we're live, I think. I think if the technology worked correctly, I think we're live.
Yeah,
guys, I don't know.
We'll find out.
The three. Normally the four. I need to get my in frame. I'm not even in frame. What kind of professional am I? So let's just see. Do we have anybody on?
Oh, and here's Jeremy. He's joining us.
Yeah. Oh no, really? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Add him to the stream too. Holy crap! This is something.
Oh, right? Facebook user says we're sexy mofos.
Yeah. Oh wait, what is that about? I must have clicked something. Let's try. Let's put. How do we make Matt the one that's over here?
Yeah.
Yes. There we go. Because Oh wait, we're kind of losing Jeremy behind the thing though, huh?
Yeah. Figuring it out.
We're figuring it out.
Learn as we go.
Jeremy can just be a pair of eyes.
Well, I wish there was a button for 4 to hit 4, but there is. But then we have this whole countercharge thing up here, so maybe we have to get.
Now I'm just a mouth.
We need to read the banner.
There we go. We're just gonna go with this. How's that? A little bit easier. Well, what is this down here?
A couple of people watching.
What is this down here in the comments? What is this? Hey. Oh wait. So. Yeah. So you are live. So Mike. All right. Cool. Well, awesome. This is the first time of hopefully many live events that we're going to be doing. So I don't know, you guys. 500 episodes. That was a lot of fun. Maybe you guys can talk. You guys did all the work. I just sat back and consumed.
Oh, for the episode, you did get to sit on your laurels for that, didn't you?
Well, technically, I find it kind of it's difficult to hey, tell me how great I am, or tell me how great. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. And so you guys being the new guys, I was like, well, they won't have a problem with that, right?
Fine. You got us in the boat and you pushed us out.
Exactly.
I mean, the thing I'm enjoying most at the moment is just this handsome collection of gentlemen on the screen.
Exactly.
Jeremy with his thinking pose. Yeah.
He's very thoughtful.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So do we want to what do we want to chat about? Do we want to tell people what we're giving away for those that might not have listened yet?
Well, I gotta know where'd you get that shirt from which fashion runway?
Yeah,
that's just
that's a strong.
Have you guys watched Jeff Community?
Making it work?
The show Community.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's our Jeff Winger, dude.
That's a Jeff Winger.
Mate,
that's a Jeff Winger shirt right there.
Wait until I show you my hot pink dragon shirt.
See, I was just playing D&D.
Do you want my booty on the screen too?
Oh yeah, well that's just too much. Yeah. You gotta say it. Yeah. But it's it reminds me of the old school hex overlay D&D maps. I want to put a little unit on your shirt.
You want to put Battlesec on the shirt?
Yeah, I want to put a little squad leader.
A unit or your unit?
Well, win in Rome.
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason the stream doesn't give us who the names are for the comments from the Facebook stream. So,
but did you look on the Streamlab thing? It tells you on the side. Oh, Facebook doesn't tell you.
Facebook, it tells us YouTube.
Right.
It just says Facebook
you're
user.
Right. Yeah, I guess I could bring up Facebook and just see if it tells us who's there watching.
I know a lot of that was Paige talking about Jeremy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, there's lots and lots of memes coming. I assume floppy pudding is going to be definitely part of the.
Get one in before Hillary gets back. That was one of my personal favorites.
But we got Mike. We do have Mike Atkins. We got Felix, and then we have a bunch of Facebook users. Wait, what's that show? Oh,
where's Jeremy Duvall?
See, somebody was asking where you're at, so I'm glad you're here now. So that's good.
And who's Dwarven Darkness? Do we know? Oh, and g'day, Charles. Charles has joined us also.
And Charles Fadouk. Man, there's a lot of great people here. So I guess, maybe before we get into the raffles and stuff, how was putting together the episode? It was a lot of work, it seemed like. You guys had a lot of clips, a lot of different people, a lot of recordings, a lot of editing. Obviously, we got to give Matt a lot of credit. He did the bulk of it, 80% of it. So how was that? How was that taking the lead on a big episode like that?
It was challenging trying to pull all that stuff together, because then I'd decide I want to put it in somewhere else. So then you'd have to move everything along and having multiple. But it was good. I mean, what was good is our sadly departing friend Mark. That was the quickest I'd ever heard or seen him edit. I think he got us some stuff in quick time. It only he got it done within the week. Although he has set Alex a little task that we can probably expect a 6-month release time frame.
Yeah, it'll be a New Year's present for everyone.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Well, that's good.
Are you going to give us insight into the secret, Alex? Or
if you pay attention to the episode, you might be able to figure it
Oh,
out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Another secret Alex episode that goes.
Another one in the vault. We'll see if I let them out.
I feel like those episodes are like, I don't know, when you were a kid, when I was a kid growing up, right? You'd watch TV and then there was like right at the birth of cable. So there'd be like no TV sometimes. So come 11 or 12 o'clock at night, you would get like the black and white, like Twilight Zone episode. That's what I feel like when I'm listening to an Alex episode. I was like, what is this? Am I even going to like it? And then it turns out to be awesome. So
yeah,
we'll see. I'm working on 2 right now, in addition to the Mark one, so we'll see if I can get them all out.
Oh wow!
Soon.
Oh, that's right. You've got a meeting about a meeting upcoming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm back at my normal work schedule, so I think my life's a bit more orderly than it was previously.
So it looks like we got Austin, Casey, Paige, Neo, and those are the 2 guys that have been commenting on Facebook. It looks like.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I should introduce. Like, I'm at work, and you can see my pet ducks in the background. I'm the only one at work today. I can say hello to my duck.
You're in the future though.
Yeah,
I am in the future.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So this duck was bought to commemorate when my pet duck flew away. I had a pet duck in the backyard, and then it abandoned
that
me.
makes total sense, right?
I mean, it
Raised
just
it
makes,
from-
as
raised-
Jeremy would
raised
say,
it
it just
from an
makes
egg.
sense.
Raised it from an egg, and then it just flew away. It was grim.
So is it traditional when you lose your pet duck in Australia that you replace it with a wooden artifact, or is that just for you?
just a Crogerism.
It's just me. It's
Oh,
just a hexagon tiled me.
Do you have wooden effigies of other pets that have escaped your grasp?
No. For a second there, I thought you were just asking me if I had wood. But
Well, we know you do, but
Yeah.
We've already discussed the didgeridoo.
The didgeridoo and floppy pudding all
Yeah.
in the one thing. Yeah.
have we decided, Rob? Are we keeping our live streams family friendly, just like the
Uh,
podcast?
The problem is we're not family friendly. We edited it to be family friendly. So
Yeah.
I don't think, I think we're going to have to just.
there are no real-time sword clanks.
No, there's not. And, it'll have to be just based on, if we get the wrong guests on,
Yeah,
it's going dark real quick.
I think that's an invitation, Matt.
Time to get loose.
Time to get loose. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we want to do? Do we want to go ahead? And so we did have a winner for the Countercharge swag raffle, Connor Murphy. He's already reached out. I've got his address. I'll ship it out to him.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he got all kinds of I don't know if you can see this. Some cool Countercharge dice and stuff. Yeah. So there's some Countercharge dice, and then we've got some Countercharge widgets. Of course, all the old branding.
Swag bag.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Connor's got more
It's-
swag than I do for Countercharge.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it wouldn't cost a damn much to ship stuff to Australia.
Yeah, true. That's true. Where is Connor from? Do we?
He is
Do we
from
know?
Minnesota.
Okay.
Mhm. And he was telling me that he was traveling back from Renegade GT this weekend, listening to the podcast, and that's when he heard his name called. So that was pretty cool, because that's traditionally when at least I listen to a lot of podcasts a lot when I'm traveling to and from a GT. That's prime.
That's your
Prime
prime
time.
time, right?
Yeah.
Your prime real estate.
Exactly.
Get those 5-6 hour drives, 8 hour drives.
Ooh, you can catch up on all those juicy
Yeah.
Kingdoms of Men army review. I mean, wait, all those juicy. other-
I think there's gonna be a lot of tournaments in the fall, and you guys are gonna have lots of stuff to listen to.
So here's an interesting thing that just happened over the weekend. So I didn't ask for this, but our 2-day event has become a U.S. qualifier, a
Nice.
U.S. Master qualifier, and so now
oh, nice. The War Room.
now Ryan Johnson, Jeff O'Neill,
Oh, the big
Nathan
boys
Kleppinger's trying to
are
move,
coming out.
how does he get here? And then to top it off, yes, and as you can see, what that's fantastic. The funniest thing is that Austin Casey has had delusions of grandeur, and has challenged Kyle. So like he's had some wins against Kyle, but like I've told the boy, like I don't think Kyle's been playing serious. Okay.
Oh, the gloves are going to come off.
No,
on this.
Yeah.
now when you've publicly shamed him, he's gonna bring the smack down and he's gonna put you down.
Yeah.
So you better,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, Dustin. I mean,
Look, there's one way. There's only one way I see Austin winning that, and that's if Austin turns up without a shirt.
well, that
And,
is true.
The distraction factor is real.
Distraction factor. Yep.
Yeah.
And although it could backfire on Austin, the animal control could turn up and just take him away.
So this was Austin's comment. Just wait and
Mhm.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Or if he has no shirt on, Kyle might mistake him for a
Shirtless
dinosaur and
Yeah.
then use him as one of his units, and then it's just gonna get all awkward.
Well, yeah. Well, does he look like a dinosaur?
I don't know.
What did you call it? The distraction factor? That's like a good band name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming to the stage.
You know,
Yeah,
I will
sure.
say,
Dude,
Countercharge has given a lot of people names over the years. So why not one more? Disciples of Dustin, they made shirts.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. We've had a couple of comments come in. So for our Mantic voucher giveaway, we're asking people to share their Countercharge and Kings of War memories. So these ones are on the separate thread, so I can't chuck them up on screen. From Charles Fadouk, he said, mine isn't much of a memory, just the first episode I heard, which I believe was the Elf Army review, when I was first trying to get my club into Kings of War. It was
that
sort
the
of a
one with
moment.
Keith and Mike?
Yeah.
Oh
God.
my God. What
Nice
an episode.
friendly,
And you stuck
positive
around?
lens.
Oh, man.
That's
I
incredible.
mean, geez, as much hate mail as we got,
No, but basically for him, it just flagged that there was a community. So I would have thought that it would have flagged that there's a community that likes to cry tears of blood, but
and
obviously it
drink lots
wasn't
of
enough.
bourbon.
Yeah,
I
it
think it's
wasn't
the
enough
first
to
time
send
that
him off.
Keith has attracted a new player. Right?
I've been
You
thinking
mean
about
Keith
how.
the Countercharger?
Well,
Keith
to that-
the mediocre. Keith
So,
the mediocre.
yeah, so but look,
mediocre.
we have TNT coming up, and I'm trying to think about what the presentation is going to be like to award him with the official U.S.
Oh, it's got to be
Master
big, Rob. You gotta make
Countercharge
it as-
medal. It's got to be big, right in the middle of the room with 800 people. We got to figure out a way to film it.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Get it in a big frame, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I
Um,
want him to drop down like he's being knighted. We're gonna put the medal on his, or maybe we'll do it like in Star Wars: A New Hope, and he can just duck, he can bend over like Chewbacca, and we can have some lady that looks
Now,
like Princess Leia.
Yeah. Well,
the medal
Nate
on.
has like the hair, the Chewbacca hair, and Keith could be
Oh.
like a little Han Solo or Luke. I don't know which one. And
Yeah,
then Nate
okay.
could be there and go.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
We've had another memory come in too from Nick Brooks. I don't know if I want to say this one though. Honestly, meeting you, Robert Fanuff at Lone Wolf, and how nice and welcome you were to a total noob all alone at his first tournament. You guys got a fan for life that day.
But wait, I think that's the same guy that Mike. Yeah, Mike played their game Friday night and then totally eviscerated
Crushed
him.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, like broke his heart, man. Well, Mike had a Kingdoms of Men army with 2 hordes of pike, and there was literally like, and I think he had a bunch. It was Brotherhood, right? So, or Forces, Green Lady maybe, and it was like, what do you do against that list, right? And they positioned piece of terrain. His night hordes wouldn't fit between them, so like it was a yeah. So the fact that you stuck around after all that, Nick, that's awesome. And everything is bigger in Texas, as they say.
Also, a new Jeremy meme has made it onto the Facebook page. Jeremy, you might want to go check that out.
Paige, what did you do to me this time?
I can't remember. It's not under my post. It's under Rob's post, I think, about going.
Okay, let me try to find this bad boy.
Yeah. So, Rob and Jeremy, you took the lead on the organising the vouchers. Do you want to tell us what we've got?
Get a little background noise. On
Hold on a second.
Oh, that was
It might be
Jeremy. It's Jeremy. Always Jeremy screwing things up.
We're
Always-
professionals, folks. We're professionals.
So what?
That's pretty good, Paige.
That's awesome. So vouchers. Really, we just had a conversation. Actually, honestly, it was all Mantic. Like we didn't do anything. Like Mantic was like, "You guys are amazing. Like 500 episodes is awesome. You really, and you heard a lot of that conversation with Ronnie and Kyle in the show, and Kyle came back and said, we're going to do 5 $100 vouchers. And we're like, and I was thinking, are you serious? Like, seems excessive, but okay. And then, Rob Berman out of the blue emailed us or DM'd us and said, yeah, we're going to do that. I'm like, well, that's
A
fantastic.
really nice gift to them, huh, guys?
Yeah,
really
it's awesome.
nice.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And
Incredible.
I mean, $100. That buys a small army, but that also, I mean, geez, that gets you well on your way to a mega army. They're only like what, $150? I don't know, something like that.
Oh, that's my favorite memory too.
It's the memory that keeps on going.
It does. It is a journey from which there is no escape.
Remember, was playing David Bowe at the U.S. Masters, having to go to the rules, folks.
I'll be right out. My dogs are crying at the door.
Oh, no worries. I wonder if he means playing David Bowen. I think that's his name. I think that's the player. Yeah.
Would that have been the Memphis or the when you?
No. Well, yeah, it's a good question. That's a good question to them. Which they had to be Nashville because I don't think
because that's when you were running it, right?
Yeah, because I think that's Well, first of all, 2017. So that would be Nashville. So if David was there, that was the only one he was at, and we miss David. Amazing guy. It's tragic to lose anybody that early.
Yeah.
Very sad. But dude, like when I had to tell him like he was wrong, I felt like I was a little intimidated because I mean this guy is like Arnold Schwarzenegger big, and I was like, ooh, I wonder if he's gonna break my neck. But to his credit, he did not. So that was good. See, all right. Well, there's an interesting one. We've been chatting about getting more Australians on the show. And you had Luke Fellows on recently, and I really enjoyed that episode. I thought that Luke is very passionate. I think he's got a lot of great ideas, and I think he had. I think some of the stuff that he brought up about the narrative side or the lore side of Kings of War, and how it compares to the old Warhammer Fantasy. I think he made some very sentient points that
I think he's talking about Luke, like the train guy.
Yeah, the terrain guy. You're talking about Luke
I'm talking
Schaefer.
about the wrong guy. I'm talking about Luke, and he's talking about Luke Fellows.
Yeah,
you're talking about as in like
call me Luke.
Geek Scenics.
Geek Gaming.
Yeah, Geek Scenics.
Geek
Man,
Gaming
I'm old. Sorry guys, I'm 40.
Or Luke's APS.
I didn't
okay, give you.
You remember that like sketch on Saturday Night Live like years ago where like I'm 60 years old. Molly Shannon, no. All right.
Oh no, I don't remember that one.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know.
But you're the best.
You guys are just too young.
But the thing about Luke was a cool episode, and it's one of those things too. If you guys, we like doing a YouTube episode. So if there's like a new battle report channel or a new hobby channel that you really like, just let us know, and we'll try to. Or a favorite painter you like, a YouTube painter. We had Duncan on.
Yeah, one of the guys we've been talking about, I need to reach out to him, Anthony, is Dr. Faust. We've been talking about getting him on.
Dude,
and
that
Dr.
would
Faust,
be like
I mean,
old school.
when I moved to California, like that was one of my sparring partners. We played Warhammer together. He doesn't really play games, I don't think, anymore, from what I understand, but like I'm sure he would love to come on and chat. So
yeah.
But if there's anybody like that you want us to get on, I mean, I think we're keen to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Rick Hoy basically just said he loves the diversity of things and hearing particularly about stuff in the US.
Well, I would say maybe 75% of what we say is in the US, I think. Just based on, and hopefully that changes. Hopefully we get more Canadian content. Oh, look, there's Hillary.
Oh, there's Hillary.
She's waving at everyone.
Oh, so she
that's amazing. Yeah. And then hopefully we get more Australian content too at some point, and whenever they have a Canadian Masters, I'm assuming Alex will have to run it.
Well,
so that'll be great.
Be such a thing?
Well, I think we're rolled into the U.S. Masters, the North American Masters at the moment. So, we're working on having more than a few GTs for next year.
Oh, Felix has a great memory. I want to talk about Felix's memory. So we're playing next to each other at Adepticon. And for those that haven't gone to Adepticon, they have like the prize genie guy comes near
Dustin.
You. Yeah. And just starts throwing stuff out there. And me and Felix are like sitting next to each other. We're playing.
I felt bad for you guys.
And we're like, we want some extra stuff. and we happened to be in this like black hole where everyone around us was like on Oprah, like, you get a mega army, you get a mega army, everybody gets a
I
mega
wasn't
army.
even playing, and I got a mega army.
Except for me and Felix were like the two only. And I saw
I
like,
wouldn't give it to
one
him.
tear come down Felix's eye, the guy who actually wants all Mantic models. You know, there's a one tear coming down his face as he doesn't get it.
Oh dear. Yep. He's also got a second favorite one.
Oh.
Yeah. How can you disagree with that?
Just come up here for a second. Come and say hello.
Love you, Felix.
Come here. Just say hi to the audience. We're live streaming. She's super shy.
Nope.
Come on. All right.
That
Well, I
okay?
tried.
Mhm.
I tried to coax her out of her cave, and she's
And just no thanks.
She probably doesn't understand that you might be capable of live streaming, mate, because you're so
well.
old.
That's true.
Yep.
You know, I actually tried to get her to record the stuff about the raffle winner, and she's like,
Oh, yeah.
"I'm just too cool for." In a way, I'm paraphrasing. I'm too cool for this, right?
Mm.
Well,
All right. Well, you probably
she's
are.
probably
but-
not wrong. Yeah.
No, she's probably not wrong. Well, I tried. Even though that's all she does is watch YouTube. People open up toys, people playing Minecraft. I mean, we're streaming on YouTube. I mean, this
These
should
are
be
her
in her
people.
wheelhouse.
Maybe
This
we
is her
need to
people.
form a countercharge Minecraft castle that we stream from.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Like our own layer.
I think I'll get my
Mm.
nephew to
layer.
build it for us because that's all he does is build stuff in Minecraft.
Mm.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So Randy Davis, I like his comment. I wouldn't say that you got your ass handed to you by me. I mean, it was a close game. Jeremy may have beat you up, but
that's
Super nice.
kind of that reminds me of Jeremy, honestly. You know,
well, he's
Gotta
always
feed on
beating
those
up new
picking
picking on
players.
adults and
He
small
likes-
children.
He likes to table people and kick them out, make
I
them
mean,
flee the hobby in tears.
Is Randy 13 years old? Because you know that's
I
Well,
tell
does he live
you,
in Seattle? Is the question.
I tell you, I ended up crying more tears about that situation than that kid ever did, because he cried in the moment and then was like, "I'm a kid. I'll get over it. I'll live on." I've cried on, quarterly, probably yearly, maybe bi-yearly tears for feeling bad about that. So
So I got a
I
funny
think we're
story.
straight.
So Kyle Peach, he has a comment about playing me at. So this is one of those times where I'm like, I'm a flipping idiot. So like we're like setting out the models. He's looking at my army list. He's like, you have a regiment, not a horde. And I had put a horde of boomers down. And he's like, that's a regiment, bro. I was like, oh shit. like I don't know what happened. I guess I pulled him out of the case, and and had he not caught it, totally would have played with the wrong unit. So
was that your first game of the day, or had you already played 3 games with it?
I played one, but to be fair, Brad, it didn't matter. Like he wasn't even there to really play. But yeah, it was like, you ever have those moments where you're like, man, that's a really stupid mistake. Anywho.
That's fair. Everybody makes mistakes, even the great ones.
yeah, he's like the Persian rug, right, with the one stitch stitched incorrectly to draw greater glory to the rest of the carpet.
Yeah.
That's Rob
That's
to
a
me.
deep cut right there, man. Luke Schaefer's on.
G'day, Luke. Rob was just incorrectly talking about you.
Hey, Luke, one's English, one's Australian.
They're all the same.
It's the accents.
Yeah.
They're easy to.
Yeah,
Thanks,
actually, well, what do we have coming up? So I've got so Alex has secret projects, but maybe something he can talk us about. I've got, I'm just editing at the moment my episode with Rose Gregory, who did the 20,000 Northern Alliance in a week.
That is just mind-boggling. It's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
So
insane.
that'll be coming up soon. Rob, I think you've still got a heap of Masters stuff to release.
Yeah,
right?
there's a ton. I'll bring up my list here. On Wednesday, for sure, we have it's called Army of One, and it's Marcelo from the Philadelphia area who played Brother Mark at the Masters, Keith Conroy who played Hurd, and Keith Randall. Now Keith gets a bigger lion's share of the episode because when we recorded with him, we weren't like in between rounds. Marcelo and Conroy kind of got the short end of the stick because you'll hear at the end like they call like, all right, time for round 2 or whatever we were at. And so, but it's 30 minutes of good discussion. There actually is a second part to that conversation with the RC with Kyle. Technically, it's the first part, but I figured the part with Pat is a little bit more interesting. But so you're going to hear another like hour talk with Kyle. led by, I'm not even really on the it's mostly Alex and Matt are asking all the questions, which they were so difficult questions and so beating him up so much. I was surprised he was willing to come back on Sunday and go through it again. So I think I heard
he's very good at playing the straight one, isn't he?
He does not. He does not.
Not giving away.
He does not. No, he does not.
No. I was just doing a job for the audience, trying to get some, to get some early info on some releases, and he just wouldn't budge.
We're working for you, with people.
We've got and then we have another episode that'll be coming up probably in a couple weeks. It's called First Time Masters. There's 5 players from 5 different regions, and we recorded Friday night, Saturday night, and we will record again in a couple weeks as they look back on it. So it'll be kind of like
cool.
Before, during, and then after their first Masters experience.
Yeah, because it's always an experience the first time you go to Masters. You try to prepare yourself, but it's just wild.
Jeff O'Neill, it was intended to be a list builder, and I think that's what it is. But Jeff just was he got a soapbox going, and he's just there it is, and it was over 2 hours of Jeff just telling you how to play Kings of War, and it is great. It's really great. I have not started editing that yet. I'm just looking at my list. There's tons of stuff.
Showing you to play Kings of War, or how do you play Kings of War with goblins?
Well, a lot of his discussion was why he plays goblins is because we don't play with enough terrain, and he explains. He's like, look, if you do this, this, and this, I ain't gonna play goblins, right? And so Jeff, you got your wish.
I'm going to take that, listen to that very carefully for all my future tournament packs.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's not uncommon feedback for his region, right? I think that region typically has a little bit less terrain. Is that right?
Yeah, I think the deeper southeast, like Florida, Georgia, they have a little bit less. Up in Memphis, I get the opposite criticism, oh, you're trying, you got a freaking river run down the whole table. You got a freaking, but I don't know. At the end of the day,
well, you
can't please everybody.
To be varied, right? No,
exactly.
I will say, Dwarven Darkness, Northeast terrain is the proper amount of terrain. Just saying.
And the other one that's in the vault is, for those of you who haven't listened to our 500th episode, I won't give away the big announcement, but there is also still an episode from Mark to release.
Yeah, we have we could say it's a narrative workshop one, right?
Oh, no. But I mean, they need to listen to the episode for what the announcement is.
Oh, you mean from episode 500?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Even though I think Steve spoiled it.
Oh, true.
Come on,
we
Steve.
should probably talk about it. I mean, we have lost our brother, Mark. Mark's retiring from the podcast, so he's still got one episode, I think, to release. So that'll come to you over the next week or two.
And like we talked about on the show, it's a lot of hard work to do it, and he's got a bunch of stuff going on, and once part of the family, always part of the family, so you never know when people circle back or whatever. But congrats to him. Just think about how many more 500 painted armies.
Yeah.
Have.
He's gonna have one for every 301 armies or whatever we've got.
Charles Fadouk says, hey, in terms of terrain, what about Epic Dwarf? How's that so we're actually talking about the Southeast. The South, that's Texas, right? So Southeast, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, and Florida. Roughly, they use those Epic Dwarf maps, but sometimes the pieces aren't as big as they could be, right? So if you have a forest that's 6x3, right, or a building that's 3x3, that's not the same as 9x9, right? Yeah. So so it's not just the number of pieces and their location; it's also how big they are.
Yeah. It's in the Northeast, we'll often have two of each type, and one of them will be in the 10 to 12 inch range. So they're quite sizable.
And that's what I prefer.
The other option, if you want maps, is Blackjack also has some maps which are a little less even than the Epic Dwarf maps, deliberately, if you wanted a little bit more variation and have things like obstacles and occasionally on top of a hill and things like that. So just to change it up a bit, be a little less even, and they're available through the Blackjack stuff on cowaustralia.com.
So they're asking, is the Wildcat GT? So there's a new event in Lexington, Kentucky. I don't think it is because I think it was an invitational. I don't think it was open. I think you had to know someone to get into the event. So I don't think it's a qualifier. But I'm not Keith Randall, so we'll let Heath. What I would suggest is pop over to the Southeast Facebook page. Southeast Regional Masters, whatever the page is. We can put link in link in the show notes, but there's no show notes here. But
would you guys say though, like the giant dwarf? Would you guys say that the giant dwarf map packs are like a good place to start though?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Start there and then riff off of that, right?
Yeah. I think, and then you should just take one bigger one, and use I think the Epic Dwarf maps, like the size of the terrain is a little small, like overall. If they use both,
number of pieces is right. It's 10, right? So
just
make them bigger.
One of the two bigger usually is how we run it.
The other thing that I like that I've been trying to push is more of the so you have a big forest, but it's not one forest, it's two forests, and they're interconnected. And so when you're walking through it, like you're 2 inches into the forest, you still can't see through it because there's literally like a 1 inch gap. Does that make sense? There's two forest pieces kind of connected together. And it just it adds interest, or putting an obstacle on a hill or an obstacle, inner. Yeah, I like interesting terrain.
Yeah,
I love how we jumped on for a quick 20-minute chat, and here we are 30 minutes later.
Oh yeah, don't we have stuff to give away here? Isn't that like the point of this?
Well, we talked about the 5 $100 raffles. We have a post on the Facebook page. Share us your memories. We'll pick 5 random people, and we'll go from there. We've already given away the swag to Connor Murphy. What was Mark doing for the Westphalia miniatures?
He was going to do a post, so we'll just prompt him on that to give away the Westphalia miniatures.
And then we also have Wing Kassar. I mean, like this is just crazy time. Like how much people that support us gave us stuff to give away. It's just like
and I think he was going to do that via a post as well. Okay, so and we've just got one more comment on maps from Jesse.
The penis map.
The old cock and balls map. Yeah, I love that. And so I run at Clash of Kings. I always have a prize for the one from the for the person that can find the cock and balls in one of my forests. So it's in little what do you call it?
Flock. It's in the flock.
It's in the flock.
You flock.
It's in the flock.
So is that what you use for? Do you use Epic Dwarf for Clash of Kings Australia, or
we've moved to Blackjack, but it's same really. It's not much of a difference. They're just a little varied. But yeah, I think Epic Dwarf's always a good place to start. And even when I'm playing casual, we just try and we don't bring out the maps, but basically we just have 2 of everything.
That's another good quick sort of, let's set up a board to do a test game. What do we want to do?
Yeah, I go 2 of everything and just have it kind of evenish on both sides. Yeah. The only thing I really ever try and do is, just because it seems to have become a thing, is not have hills in the deployment zones. But like for a casual game, I don't think that's a big deal either. Just whack it in there, see how it changes the game.
When we did the first Masters in 2017, that table back here, I just basically set up the terrain. And then we had like 3 or 4 people on a committee, and I would just take picture, and they would just we basically worked out what each table, all 30 some tables were going to look like. Yeah. And I had like a grid that I taped on the table, and we just moved stuff around and then took pictures of the actual terrain in place. So it worked out pretty well. Sometimes we the Epic Dwarf, or like if you take a picture of the actual terrain, when you don't have the grid, it's like you see a piece, but you're like, well, is that 18 inches from the corner, 24 inches from the corner? So there's something to be said with laying, if you could take a picture and lay on, 1 inch, 1 foot or 2 foot squares.
Yeah. I think the thing I like about whether it's Blackjack or Epic Dwarf is basically that at that point, by the end of the tournament, if it's in a tournament situation, you're not going to get someone complaining that terrain costs them a game. Because basically it's similar across all tables.
Yep.
So it's not like, I got the table with 6 pieces of, 6 forests on it. So
we had a comment about somebody re-listened to Jesse's List Builder. We reposted that not too long ago. It's a great listen if you haven't listened to it, because on one side he is he knows what he's doing, how to play the game, how to build a list, and at the same time, I don't think he takes himself too seriously. And I think he kind of perfectly hits the middle.
That was Luke, I think, Luke Schaefer. that
And
said
Keith
that.
Conroy, my favorite memory was going to drive up to Masters in New York with Fred. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that'd be
Fred
amazing.
came out
Fred
for
and,
that.
and Kevin
Yeah.
Spear. I mean, that would be an insane vehicle to be riding in.
It's
I
just
had
great
forgotten
that
that. Yeah,
Fred last year.
Fred
was-
came out for that.
Yeah. Well,
Did he
and
bring some of the brown cheese too?
Yeah.
I thought I remember.
I hope whatever happens next year that we get to get back to the best of the rest. I know COVID put a crimp on that this year, but I hope to see that come back.
Imagine
Yeah,
how
that-
much content we'd have from one Masters then.
That was definitely one thing I missed at this year's Masters was not having the best of the rest was very cool, part of the New York Masters. So
Yeah.
I think I think both people had like Masters players had fun checking out, vice versa. It was just made the event cooler for everyone.
You need to let us plebs play in the big tournaments too.
You peasants, you can come and play.
Mm.
Yeah, it's funny. Did you guys notice? I think it's on the Northeast page. They had a video they posted of what the team did for Mike Rossi.
Yeah.
We should put a link in the chat,
That
maybe.
was
But
awesome.
they basically had shirts made with his face and like all of one of his crazy sayings.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. But it's really funny to watch them walk up and catch his reaction live. We also have an audio version of that'll come out at some point too. So it was
really cool.
yeah, and we actually had, now that I think about it, we had another episode, like a late night rambling Unabomber thing where we talked about the rate of change. I don't remember who's on it, but like I just remember it was late.
I think that was you, Rossi, and myself,
and Garrett.
and Garrett.
And the guy we haven't seen, didn't know he existed anymore, Shan Shoemaker, made an appearance again. Yep. So we talk about that, but
Road Warrior.
when you hear it, just know that we don't make any points. Like it's not coherent at all. Like it feels like it's just like a discussion, and I don't think we ever come to a conclusion. We just, yeah.
Should we give away $100? Should we do that live? Do
Yes,
one?
let's do it.
I think we
Let's do
should.
one live.
I think we
Yeah,
should.
let's do one
Let's
live.
do one. So what? Everyone.
Do one of these three. You want to do of the people that are here?
Yeah.
How do you want to do it?
Let's do one of the someone that's commented already, and
How
obviously
about
been
one of the
watching us.
commenters they get to pick one of us to get one of them.
Oh, is that how it works? What do you guys want to grab the names and put it in a random name generator?
Oh
Take
my
2
goodness.
seconds.
Matt can take care of that. He's the one at work, so he
He's
should
at
have
work.
work to
Yeah,
do.
random.
Exactly.
First I got to
And while he's doing that,
generator.
and while we're doing that, we'll discuss what else we got going. Jeremy, you got anything in the can?
Nothing. You know how it is. Always after post Masters, you're just so slammed, and I'm getting married soon, so nothing too crazy coming up. But I would like to I feel like with everything with Masters and everything, I think we should do something hobby related. So I'm thinking of dipping my toes into non-metallic metal. So I'm thinking of we do a deep dive into non-metallic metal, or we do some sort of like deep dive into painting. So, if there's a painting technique you want to learn more about or talk more about, definitely put it in the Facebook page. But I'm feeling sort of like a hobby juice, hobby juice type stuff flowing. So
Interesting, you'd mentioned hobbying. Because I think I have an episode with Billy Capgun Smith about we're talking about
Love Billiam.
we'll be talking about his dwarves, a little bit of his,
cool.
his orcs, and
Man, with
Just about-
being live on camera and stuff, we can do so much more stuff. There's so much room for activities. You know?
Thanks, Rob.
what?
Yeah,
Did we
so we're
just
gonna
become
talk
best
about,
friends?
we're gonna
Yup.
be talking about like, his army theme and like some. And
That's
his-
like the
his
theme
creative
Titans,
process.
right?
Wait,
Yeah,
was that an
theme
episode you recorded like 3 months ago?
Yeah, it's coming out soon. So
Okay.
themes,
Okay.
Thanes' theme with
Oh,
Billy.
so you actually do have content.
I do.
So
and then
should
we
you
have
guys in that episode talk a little bit about like thinking of a theme of an army, developing like that idea?
yeah, but it's kind of like when the episode that you and I, Jeremy, did with Louis Augustus. It's just kind of like it worked.
We did an episode with
Yeah.
with Louis Augustus
Yeah, it was like
Well, you did it, but
in
it was
what
like 2
year
years
was
later
that?
we heard it.
in 2020
in the year of our Lord,
Yeah.
1634.
in the before times.
We're immortal. We're actually 500 years plus old, and that's
Yeah.
been Alex actually did the first ever podcast, but
Yes.
it's not out.
So yeah, we're going to do that, and then we have another one in the can ready to record with.
Cool.
So
And we are going to record. We actually ended up not recording the Orc episode at the Masters. It's just, man, it's just Saturday night. Everybody was just
Yeah.
4 games in one day is a lot.
There's not much brain juice left for
No,
not
and
a lot of
so,
brain
and
power
so
to do,
that's
like, a
coming up.
2-hour
We will
army review.
get it in the can. But you were talking about Hobby Mojo, man, and going to the Masters. I'm like, I'm ready to
Oh,
do some
yeah.
more stuff. So
It's
I have those rock bases, and what Kawi sent me. Look what he sent me.
No. So you're
Yeah.
gonna put that into
Yes,
the it's the freaking
into the
house?
rocks. So
Yeah.
like the
Dude.
Fanatics are going to be like defending their homes.
That's so
Amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, he sent me a few of them. So I'm
Very
super
cool.
super pumped. Super pumped. He also sent me. Well, I paid for them, but I mean, he also sent me Fanatics that if you were to paint them the wrong color would probably put me in hot water. So they're going to be teal robed Fanatics and not.
I know the ones.
Right, yeah. So I've got like 100 or I don't remember. It's a giant bag, and I'm gonna have a couple Wish Hunters in there, and we're gonna have some fun. But yeah, these are like when I got these out, I was like, and I think these are actually 3D printed. But you know what? This is some high end 3D printing, dude. This is not your mama's 3D printing, man. Because this is, I mean, like
Now,
you
are
can't-
they filament or is it resin?
it's got to be resin.
Okay.
Yeah, it. You can't see on the back. You can
Resolution
kind of see the
lines. Yeah.
but on the front you can't. So I'm super pumped because now, like, just this was like, ooh, I can do some rocks all around it,
Oh, yeah.
and then maybe I'll break the door out and have the Hobbit hole behind it.
Mhm.
You know, have some drunken dude standing in the door. I don't know. Tons
Yeah.
of ideas. Tons of
Cool
ideas
idea.
for activities. Okay, yeah. So Donnie said I really like hearing about Harry Capper. We interviewed him a while ago. Harry's another northern Minnesota guy, and I met him at I think Shiloh Slaughter a few years ago. We do need to do more of those interviews where we just grab some random person that we've met, and we have lost.
Kuz was like, I'm done hearing all this crap. I gotta go finish editing my
Yeah.
episode.
He might be.
I'm gonna go.
We'll
record
see.
it.
We'll see if he
As
joins
if
us
that's going
again.
to happen. If that's going to happen.
Yeah, right, Matt, right. I can't do it, but yeah, I agree that I think we do need to get more, average Joes on the street. Is that what we call them?
Mhm.
Kevin
Joe,
Spears,
Joe Everyman.
exactly. Oh, sorry. I will say this software, Matt. Even a dummy like me could do this, right? Like,
Yeah. Thanks to Mike
Well-
Adkins for pioneering the way on this software.
exactly.
Seriously. Leave it to
Well-
Mike to find the easiest to use awesome stuff, and then we just copy him.
For sure. But yeah, so I've got a lot of halfmen. I did learn though, valuable thing I learned yesterday. I took 2 hordes of pike and a regiment of pike. Unless you're playing cavalry army, it's a little over the top and it's a little expensive and it's a little bit like you're wasting a little bit too much on the phalanx and the ensnare. So
Yeah, you get extra attacks though.
yeah, but you get that even if you didn't take the ensnare, right? Like
Yeah, true.
So I don't know. So I think my limit's going to be 2 horde, like not 3. I mean, either drop one of the hordes or drop one of the regiments. I just but I did. The one thing the goblins have done with me is that I don't feel dirty anymore. Like I just don't care. So like I've got the 2 cannons and now I've got an artillery piece, and I'm like it feels good. It feels
Yeah.
right.
I'm not playing goblins, so it's not that bad.
No, it's fine. It was 2,000 points, right? Like if we were 2,300, maybe a 4th war engine. I don't know. After what I saw Jason Britt do at Masters, he's inspired me. You know, I just need to paint 2 hordes of archers, which I don't want to do.
I have a lot of archers, like English army boxes with a lot of archers in them sitting on a shelf. So
I like this. I like this memory about Jesse at Chicago Masters. So funny bit is we have a ton of clips of people randomly talking just goofy stuff, right? That we intermix in the show, and a bunch of those were Jesse on that night. I don't skip that rope, but if that's what you like, just weird comments. And then I remember he went down, and there was a little concerted effort, like how are we going to get him back up? Because he's not Andre the Giant, but I'm just saying it's not Diet Coke over here, So, yeah, it was Jesse drunk was a sight to behold.
There's a video of that in existence somewhere.
There
and
is.
It's very funny. I've seen it once where It's like the Star Wars Christmas special. You know, it's not. There's a video. It's floating around there somewhere, where Jesse is just going into Brindley, and then he's like, "Yeah, Brindley sucked my butt." And then at the right perfect moment, you hear Rashad in the background going, "Oh, that's very competitive." You know, he's having like a real list conversation with someone else at Masters, and it just fits right into that Jesse thing. So, yeah, and then Jake and Kevin Von Felt had to get Jesse back up to that. Well, and Kevin was like a big guy in the Army, so I think Jake probably is.
Oh, if you guys can see that. So those are my fanatics. So they got a couple.
Oh, so you mean you don't want to paint their robes white? I get it.
No, I
no white or red.
An army where it already has a bigot. So yeah,
we got a long one from Tyler. So
Tyler Schultz.
Yep, used to listen to the entire back catalog while I was cleaning. He liked enjoying winning the countercharger at Adepticon. But his favorite memory was the Ogre Army review with Jesse and the rest.
Oh, that was amazing. It was me, Jesse, Tyler, Matt Young, I think,
Brindley,
yeah.
Was it Brindley? Yeah. Brindley Smith.
I remember Matt was like, "Why am I not on this episode?"
Wait. Did I get who do I?
It was
Brindley, that's right.
Jesse and Tyler. I'm pretty sure it was.
And we didn't have Matt on the show.
No, I think he still carries a dagger for you in his heart over that.
Yeah.
No. Wasn't Matt on an Ogre update recently? He was on the update for 3rd edition, where he got to.
I'm pretty sure we had
about regiment.
You guys are talking about this. I'm gonna have to look it up because I could have swore we had him on.
Maybe on another one, but I think the original one he was not.
Well,
on.
we've had a couple.
Could be wrong.
We had a couple. Let's see. Army. For those who don't know, there's actually a little tab that says Army reviews on the.
Rob's very organized. If you haven't realized it,
January.
Is that legit? Where's that tab?
Yeah,
it's right there under podcast channels, Army reviews, and then it should have all the reviews listed there. And the only thing I would say is I think the feed only holds 299 episodes. So if one of those is like super old, it might not come up.
Yeah, so good for if you want to listen to like first edition Army reviews.
Rob is joined by Brindley Smith, Tyler Schultz, and Matt Young.
Oh,
so Jesse was on the first one.
Jesse was on the first one. Okay,
not the second one.
Got it.
Jeremy, come on.
Hey, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I've got a recommendation for you, Jeremy. Just go get in the bin.
What do I have to do?
Get in the bin.
Oh,
get in the bin.
Yeah.
Throw
yourself out.
Go F myself, and I can move on.
All right. Okay, we're doing a draw now. Let's see if I can figure out how to share this tab without sharing everything on my screen. Oh, hold on. What's this say? Easiest with 2 monitors. Okay.
www.hexshirtorus.com. He's on there looking for number 2.
Matt, I'm gonna let you handle because we have the 5 codes, right? So I'll let you figure out who's gonna you give the code out. You give the codes out to everybody. And
where are those codes kept? So we're just going to draw one now, and the rest we'll do later.
Yeah.
Sorry if I missed anyone. Too bad, too sad. Okay, here we go. Randomnamegenerator.com. Yep. Cool. Submit. Sorry, I haven't even done this. Here we go. Sound effects.
No whammies.
We're doing it live.
Rick Hoy.
$100.
Congratulations, Rick.
Awesome.
And you get a car.
He's probably already in bed.
I had a new car.
Awesome. Yeah, so we'll get you the code, Rick. We'll probably do it tomorrow. DM you the code, and you can. It's $100 to Mantic Games.
Yeah, just don't spend it on goblins, please.
Well, wait for the episode with Jeff, and then spend it on goblins.
Yes.
Right. We also have another episode with Travis Tim, who is also kind of a list builder, but at the about an hour in, he kind of loses patience. So it kind of like wraps up quickly.
It devolves.
Yeah, I think it was a bridge too far. Look, I mean, it was like 2 a.m. or something on Friday. So
hit a wall. That's fair.
Yeah. Well, awesome, gents. I know, Matt, you got to go back to work here in a little bit.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. Let us know if you like seeing us chat like this. You know, it's something that I know we're looking forward to doing more stuff like this for you guys.
We've been throwing out the idea of weekly.
Yeah, like a live show.
A live show every week. And we pick a topic and we can just it's a different format because obviously there's no editing, right? So and that's Alex's wheelhouse. A lot less preparation. And then also Alex's wheelhouse.
Can we put Alex in charge of video, actually?
You know what?
Yeah, see, then that way I can be like, honey, I want you to wear this costume. It's not for me. It's just for
It's
the
for
show.
the show.
Defense.
By the way,
Yeah.
Jeremy, what's behind you on the left? Well, my left of your door. What is that?
This thing?
Yeah.
They're like little stuffed elephants. And that's all I'm going to tell you. Then you got to think about why I would have that.
Are those from when you lost your pet elephant?
Yeah, this is exactly. Boo Boo. When I lost Boo Boo, this is how I.
When he
changed it.
escaped, when he escaped your grass.
Well, we were searching for the secret emerald on
Right.
the stream, and
All right.
he had to save me from the.
That's
pygmy.
amazing.
Just FYI, you've got some mail there too, Jeremy. Just
Oh, you're not the only one in my household who reminds me of my mail stack that I need to go through on a daily basis.
Don't give
Yeah,
into
I'm
the
a busy
pressure.
guy.
Live
I
your
got a lot
life,
of stuff to
Jeremy.
do. I
Live
got
your
a lot
life.
of stuff to do. If it's important, I'll sense it and open it. But other than that,
You got all those Star Wars
You'll
books
sense
over there.
you'll sense if. Did you just say you'll sense if the letter is important?
That's exactly what I said.
When the IRS sends something, he's like, "Yeah, this is important."
This is not the
mail
letter you were
I'm
looking for.
This feels important.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I do it. Got to trust your gut.
All right, guys. Well, should we
Okay,
leave it
thanks,
there?
fellas. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was
All right.
fun.
Give us some
Let us
feedback.
know if you enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you will be able to watch this back on I guess Facebook Live, but also on the YouTube channel.
Both.
So,
It'll just take a little while for it to upload, and then we didn't get any copyright strikes, so that's a bonus. So
Yeah.
I'll have to
Yeah.
have a
And remember,
different theme
Paige-
song next week.
Yeah. do you want to see
Always
more
got
of this? If you want to see more of this,
No,
I can't tell though where the headphones begin in his hair, and it's
Yeah,
all.
true.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, look at
Oh
that.
man,
That
that's
is
that's
trim.
nice.
I'm just
Yeah.
want to know, does that start at a 0 and you're at like a 1.5, or would you go at a 1? Or
this
what are
is
you
a
talking
1 last week.
about? Okay.
I
Last week,
switched. I
wow.
stopped doing the fade because it's kind of too much of a pain in the ass to do on myself.
Oh, you do it yourself.
Yeah, I got my own hair.
Oh, nice.
Oh, is that why it's
I
crooked?
got my own.
Is that why it's
Yes.
crooked?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, I
You
only
should
see
get
it
those
from,
angles right.
I'm just,
Mhm. Google, where can I buy a
I don't have to
Winnie
look at myself. I don't really care how much how it looks.
Well, now we're doing video. We care.
Yeah.
So
okay.
keep
Alright,
yourself
I'll
tidy, please.
duck? This
I'll get
mail
the-
will be gone the next time.
I gotta fix the comb, get the comb out next time.
And then my big fat head of Matt Crozier will and I'll wear it and do a little dance for you guys.
You're lucky I
Oh,
did my
please.
weekly shave today, so
Uh-huh.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, thanks, guys.
All right, guys.
Who wants to take us out?
well, that's all. for
Until
tonight,
next time.
folks. Keep
Counter-
counter charging.
Countercharging. Thanks
Thanks,
for
everybody.
listening.
Bye.
Have a good night, guys.